Hello, welcome to all of you. Myself, Professor Amit Fartale. Today we are going to study our chapter number first, units and measurement, which is most important topic for the IIT, JEE and the NEET. In this topic, we study some basic concepts, basic laws. Okay, so start with first. There are some measurements in our daily life, daily routines. Which are they? For example, the measurements of the mass. Second is the measurement of the volumes, means any vegetables in the market are measurement is in kg, kilograms, grams, and volume means milk is measured in the liters. Okay, then the as shown in the picture, there is a measurement of the length of the shirt and the measurement of the temperature. Temperature is measured in the degree Celsius. Okay, temperature is measured in the degree Celsius. So we study in the next topic, units and measurement. What exactly means the unit? The reference standard which is used for the measurement, is called as unit. The reference standard which is used for measurement is called as unit. There are number of units. First, for the length, their unit is meter, foot, inches. For the mass, kilogram, pound, and for the time, second, minute and hour. For the temperature, Fahrenheit and Kelvin is the unit. Now we study our physical quantity. What do you mean by the physical quantity? Any quantity which can be measured easily. Any quantity that can be measured easily is called as physical quantity. For example, the mass of the person is the 65 kilogram. Therefore, the 65 kilogram is the mass which can be easily measured. That's why it is called as physical quantity. Here length, if the length of the table is the 3 centimeter, then the length is easily measured. That's why this is called as physical quantity. Same as the area of a hall and the temperature. Okay. In the next case, there are two types of fundamental and derived quantity. Okay, there are two types of physical quantities. First is the fundamental quantity and second is the derived quantity. The physical quantity which do not depend upon any other physical quantity. For what? For their measurement. The physical quantity which does not depend upon any other physical quantity for their measurement is called as fundamental quantity. Example is mass, time and the length. Okay, and derived quantity, the physical quantity which depends one or more physical quantity for their measurement is called as derived quantity. So the definitions are very easy. First definition is fundamental quantity and derived quantity. Fundamental quantity means independent quantities and derived quantities means dependent quantities like speed and the force, because speed is calculated as distance covered by the body per unit time, means V is equal to distance d upon time. Okay, so there are number of types of unit. First is MKS unit and second is the CGS unit. First we study the MKS unit. M for meter, K for kilogram, S for the seconds. This type of system was introduced in the France and this is also known as French system unit. So what is the French system unit? It's called as MKS unit. Okay, and CGS unit. CGS system of unit is first introduced in the France. It is known as Gaussian system of unit. C for the centimeter, G for the gram, and S for the seconds. Okay. Now the last two units are FPS unit and SI unit. FPS stands for F for the foot, P for the pound, and S for seconds. This is introduced in the Britain. Okay, this is also known as British system of unit. But what about the international system of unit or system international D units? In 1971 there is a conference regarding the weights and the measurements of the weights. That further this system is called as international system of units. Okay, so SI unit consists of the 7 fundamental units. 7 fundamental units are like these as shown in the figure: length, mass, time, temperature, current, amount of substance, and luminous intensity. Okay, before that we study the dimension of the physical quantity or dimensional analysis of the physical quantity. What is meant by dimensions then? The powers of the fundamental quantities in the derived quantity are called as dimensions of the quantity. Okay, for the length L, for the mass capital M is there, time capital T, temperature Kelvin K, current A, amount of substance is denoted by N, and luminous intensity is denoted by capital J. These are the 7 dimensions in the world. Okay, next some useful prefixes which is most important for the IIT JEE MCQs. Okay, 3 milliampere is equal to the 3 into 10 raised to the minus 3 ampere. 1 microvolt is equal to the 5 microvolt is equal to 5 into the 10 raised to minus 6 volt. 1 nanosecond is equal to 8 into 10 raised to minus 9 second. 1 picometer is equal to 6 into 10 raised to minus 12 meter. Whereas 5 kilometer is equal to 5 into 10 raised to 3 meter, and 7 megawatt is equal to 7 into 10 raised to 6. 7 into 10 raised to 6 watt. These all prefixes which are most useful to solve the MCQs. So learn properly. Okay. First dimension is like this: density. Density is denoted by the rho. Okay, density is equal to mass upon the volume. But volume, as per the formula, length into the breadth into the height. Length is measured in L, breadth L, and height is also L. So L raised to 1, L raised to 1, L raised to 1. If base is same, therefore addition of the raised to the power, so L raised to 3 is there. So finally the dimension for the density is like this: L raised to minus 3, M raised to 0, and the T raised to the power 0. Okay. In the next, as shown in the figure, there is a man who pushes the block in the forward direction. So the box is moved with the certain amount of displacement. That displacement is called as the length. Okay, so the dimension for the force is F is equal to, according to the Newton's second law, F is equal to m into the A. Force is equal to the mass into the acceleration. So dimension for the force is L raised to 1, m raised to 1, and T raised to minus 2. This is the required dimension for the force. Okay, so as we see in the previous slide, for the length, mass, time, electric current, thermodynamic, temperature, amount of substance, and luminous intensity, these are the 7 basic units. Okay, now accuracy and the precision. Next important topic is accuracy and the precision. Accuracy means the closeness of the measurement. The closeness of the measurement of the true value is called as accuracy. For example, a mass having the true value is 25.67, but there are two students A and B. First measures 25.61 and second measures the 25.65. So B student is more accurate because this value of the measurement is near or the close to the true value. It's called as accuracy. Then what is meant by precision then? Okay, precision means it refers to the limit to which the physical quantity is measured. For example, there are three students A, B, C. First student measures 3.6 seconds, second 3.69, and third student measures 3.695 seconds. The measurement made by the student C is the most precise. Precise means the repeating values. Okay. In the next case, there is a small derivation for the time period. Okay. The question in the exam asks for the 3 marks like this. Derive an expression for the time period of the simple pendulum with the help of the dimensional analysis. By using the dimensions, we have to prove the formula. So time period is depend upon the length and the acceleration due to the gravity. So T is directly proportional to L and G. So we take L raised to the power A and G raised to the power B. Why so? Because we have to prove by using the dimensional analysis. Okay. As per the dimension of the time, T raised to 1 is there. For the length, L raised to 1 is there. And for acceleration means distance upon the time square. Therefore, L raised to 1 upon T raised to 2. So put all the dimensions in equation number first. This is equation number first. So equation first becomes L raised to 0, m raised to 0, T raised to 1 is equal to K into L raised to 1, m raised to 0, T raised to 0 raised to the power A. Okay, and into L raised to 1, m raised to 0, T raised to minus 2 raised to the power B. We have a formula A raised to m bracket raised to the power n simply is equal to A raised to m into n, A raised to m multiplied by n. So finally, by the formula of the equality, L raised to A plus B, and here L raised to 0. So A plus B is equal to 0. Okay, and minus twice B is equal to the 1. So finally what we write, B is equal to minus 1 half. Okay, put this value in this equation, we get A is equal to 1 half. So put this value, we get the final equation for the time period is like this. T is equal to K under root of L upon G, which is asked for the 3 marks in the exam, which is most important topic. Okay. To convert the units, next some conversion factors. Okay, the conversion factors for the force. Therefore, the SI unit for the force is Newton and CGS unit is dyne. Okay, so force dimension is L raised to 1, m raised to 1, T raised to minus 2. So 1 Newton means 1 meter into 1 kilogram into 1 second square, and 1 dyne means 1 centimeter, 1 gram, 1 second raised to the power minus 2. So divide 1 Newton by the 1 dyne, we get 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter, 1 kg is equal to 1000 gram. So put all these value on cancelling centimeter, gram, and seconds, we get 10 raised to 2. 100 can be represented as 10 raised to 2 into 10 raised to 3. If base is same, then addition of raised to the power is there. 3 plus 2 is simply 5. Okay, so 1 Newton is equal to how much? 10 raised to the power 5. To check the correctness of the equation, how to check the equation? Our question is like this: check the equation by using the dimensional analysis whether it is correct or not. Okay, there is a equation for the displacement of a body. If the displacement of a body is given, delta x is equal to v into t plus 1/2 at square. Okay, now in that case, displacement is L raised to the power 1 is there. Velocity into time is, velocity means distance upon time into time. Again, time what should we do? Time get cancel. Okay, here time cancel, only remaining is length, L raised to the power 1. And here acceleration into time square. Why we don't take the 1/2? Because in the dimension, as per the rule, we don't take the constant factors, so only take a into t square. So acceleration into the time square, length upon time square into the time square get again cancel. What is the remaining? Length. Oh, so L raised to 1 is there. So from equation, this 1, second and third, all dimensions are same, so given equation is correct. Okay, dimensionally correct. Next is errors in the measurement. The difference between the true value and measured value. Actual value is also known as the true value. Okay, it's called as errors. There are a number of errors. First is the personal error, second is instrumental error, and third is the environmental error. The person due to human is called as personal error. For example, there are 3 persons which take the reading. First person is here, whose reading is 4.7. Second person is here, whose reading is 4.9, and the person which is in front of the ruler measures the 4.8 centimeter, which is the correct reading. So this is called as personal error. It is also known as parallax error. What is mean by the instrumental error then? The error caused by the faulty construction of instrument. Faulty construction of instrument is called as instrumental error. Okay. In that case, look at the figure. There is positive 0 error and negative 0 error. Means any ammeter or voltmeter, take the voltmeter or ammeter, which shows the deflection from the 0 towards the right side is called as positive 0 error, and which moves from 0 to left side is called as negative 0 error. In the next case, percentage error. The relative error multiplied by the 100 is called as percentage error. For example, if the relative error is 0.028, so we have to multiply with the 100, so percentage error is 2.8%. So what do you mean by the relative error? Next question is your mind. So what is the definition for the relative error? Delta x bar upon x bar. Delta x bar means the mean absolute error, and x bar means the mean value. Relative error, it is defined as mean absolute error to the mean value. Okay, so 0.1 upon 3.6 is equal to 0.0277. This is the relative error. Next, there is the absolute error and the mean value. The magnitude of difference between the mean value and each individual value is called as absolute error. For example, delta xi is equal to x bar minus xi. Here is some readings 3.9, 3.5, 3.6. is for the xi, and delta xi means 0.3, 0.10. These are the values for the delta xi. Okay. To find the mean value, the average of all the 5 readings give the most probable value. Means addition of these 5, 1, 2, 3 up to the 3.5 divided by the 5 gives us mean value is the 3.6. 3.6 is called as the mean value of these 5 readings. Okay. So thank you so much. For more exciting videos, any questions, doubts, any type of numerical, any type of MCQs, please visit our YouTube channel and please like and share, subscribe for the new videos. Thank you so much and best of luck for your studies. Thank you.